I'm Spencer.
And I'm electronically excited. Encore.
Beep, beep, beep. And this is The Itch.
What the fuck?
And we're here to talk about, 1, Fallout 4.
Yes.
And 2, the lead into E3.
Yes.
So let's start with Fallout 4. That just got announced /
Pre-firmed.
unveiled.
Yeah, it didn't get confirmed. It got pre-firmed. A little bit before E3, which I feel is a good move because it really gets people excited because you have that quick turnover between, hey, it's coming, to information. Mm-hmm. So obviously people are more hyped than being like, hey, here's Fallout 4 at E3, because then it's just like, oh, cool. But
I was shocked at the outpour of excitement for this game. I mean, I know people like it.
Yeah.
I didn't know this was like people's favorite game ever.
It's not one of my favorite games, but it's definitely a good franchise. It's a franchise that went through some tough times, got bought out, actually, and then it got converted into what you see now, the kind of Elder Scrolls kind of concept, and it really worked for it. I dare say it works better in that game than it does for actual Elder Scrolls and Skyrim. Everything fits better. A lot of times people, you use melee weapons, but a lot of times it's all about the guns. It just fits better. Skyrim, melee attacks always been a little wonky.
So yeah, well, I don't have a whole lot of experience with this, so flame me up. I played a little bit of 3, didn't care for it, but didn't play it enough to even understand it really.
Yeah. I'm right there with you. I played 3 and I dropped it. I played New Vegas when it first came out, and I was like, this game is so fucking awesome. And then I played through it, fell in love with it, and then I went back to 3, and I think it is just because I have a bias against the East Coast. Like, I don't hate East Coast people. I'm more used to, like, when we're talking about, like, the deserts in New Vegas and things like that, I'm like, oh, cool, But when we're talking about East Coast and stuff like that, like, you go to, like, the Washington or Lincoln Memorial and stuff like that, and you're just like, cool.
Wasn't New Vegas made by Obsidian?
I believe it was.
I think it was. I know it wasn't made by the same people.
No, but, at the same time, it's just... When any franchise... some franchises are lucky enough to hit it the first time through. Mm-hmm. But any franchise that matures in the right way is definitely, something to look at or at least pay attention to. Yeah. And I'm hoping they continue maturing in the proper way. It looks like it. From what the trailer's going off of, they're talking about a little bit about pre-war. You're in Boston. There's a little bit of pre-war info going in there and stuff like that. You get to see right when the bombs drop, which is super cool. We've had sort of experiences in the previous Fallout games about it, and definitely people talked about it all the time, but to actually, like, to go really in-depth with it and to be like, all right, so this is what happened, instead of, I think it was Fallout New Vegas that had the DLC where you actually fight against China. It's not the same, or maybe it was Fallout 3, I forget. I didn't get the DLC. I remember that. And I was just like, it wasn't interesting.
And so this one takes place in Boston? Any excitement for...
Any Boston.
It's a douchebags.
Shut the fuck up. One of my friends, Troy, he's played every single Fallout. And I have to talk to him about... Because I didn't play the isometric ones. I'm a bit of a late bloomer. I think one does take place in Boston, or there's a lot of references to Boston. So it's definitely a point of interest. Any real state that has a different, like, sort of like climate and geography sort of thing is a good place to do a Fallout game. So if they do one in New York, it's going to be good. They do one in, Arizona, Nevada, essentially. That one's good. I'm sure they're going to hit a Florida one, like, really hard.
The bomb hit Tucson, Arizona, and the world was never the same.
Or rather, Tucson was exactly the same. Yeah. But
hit Detroit.
Oh shit!
The bomb hit Detroit, and maybe it already has. I don't even know.
Shout out to everyone from Detroit.
So one thing that I heard a ton about was the graphics.
Yes.
People saying, "Man, that doesn't look very good."
And I find that hilarious. I follow a bunch of guys, and I don't like following people on YouTube that are going to websites where people are like, they have this kind of really elementary way of looking at games, like, oh, are the graphics good? Are there a lot of noises to get me to go back? Essentially Call of Duty, where it's like, oh, hey, I leveled up, down, 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 down,
Yeah.
Fuck that. I don't like that. I try and steer away from that stuff. And I have a lot of people that I follow that apparently echo the same sentiments. Essentially, the graphics sucked. Don't get excited. And I'm just like, you motherfuckers are the same people that go around going, the graphics don't matter. It's the game itself.
Yeah, that's such a popular phrase, and yet...
I mean, I agree with it. If I'm going to get Witcher 3. But if Witcher 3 didn't look that good, I'd still get it. Because the way it plays is going to be awesome.
Well, and on the Witcher 3 topic, people maligned against Witcher 3 because at the release... they downgraded the graphics. The game they were shown before didn't looked way better than the game that they were playing.
Dark Souls 2, yeah.
And so, I mean, Fallout 4, so what if it doesn't blow it out of the park graphically? Maybe most games apparently today don't. So it's just being more honest with it, which is kind of cool.
And another important thing that people don't really pay attention to is there's a lot of things being rendered in that world. Yeah. You have to understand, are you really going to add graphics to sacrifice performance on a game that is about a seamless experience? Yeah, there's going to be loading screens, just like any game. There's going to be loading screens to some extent. But do you really want to have all these like loading screens set up and everything like that? It subtracts from immersion. And in the day and age that we're in now with games, if we can create a whole world in Grand Theft Auto with little to no loading, I'm pretty sure, and to make the game as good as it can be, graphically on, previous gen, and then obviously upgrade on PC and, whatnot. You shouldn't be worried about graphics. Let them do the best they can with it, but it should be about performance.
Right. Judge the graphics once the game is out and we can play it and
once it's physically in your hand. Yeah.
And if it still bothers you after the 60 hours that you put into the game,
up.
No, then you can complain about it.
Grow the fuck up.
And grow up. But if it still bothers you after you've played it for 60 hours or however long it's going to take to play it, then we can complain about it. But if it's like, I just saw it and I don't even want to play it anymore, like, hold on.
I mean, this is essentially an extended teaser trailer.
I'm somebody who doesn't even like Bethesda. I haven't really liked any of the Elder Scrolls that much. I mean, they're there for a reason. They're okay.
Yeah.
But I would say that what I saw at Fallout 4 was colorful. Yeah, which is nice to see.
The biggest thing, yeah.
And there was a lot of stuff going on, kind of like Last of Us.
Yeah.
How we bring that game up a lot. Anyway, but
how throw you in different areas.
There's a lot of stuff just lying around, and that takes work.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. So good. So leave the graphics alone for now. I mean, if you don't like them, sure, but let's not say we're not going to buy it because of the graphics.
Yeah, or don't get your hopes up. Like,
yeah.
Hey, you don't get your hopes up, and keep your opinion to yourself. In that regard, I'm sorry. I was really pissed. 3 different channels that I follow were like that. And I was like, fuck you all. Wait for the game to come out. It's a freaking teaser at the end of the day. But moving on.
So speaking of teasers and all that kind of stuff and things we were shown, E3 will be happening.
What? It's not canceled.
It's still on, apparently.
Well, yes.
What dates is it?
Deuce Eric?
15th to the 18th.
15th to the 18th.
Yes. It's not the 14th to the 17th?
No, it should be the 15th to 18th.
Okay. Well, within that time range.
We will be doing lots of videos in that time frame.
Yes, we're going to have a daily roundup of every day. We're going to stay as focused as we can. He's more employed than I am. So, I'm probably going to have it up in the background. I'm doing other stuff. I got to teach kids. So, I'll have it up in the background, and I'll be trying to pay attention to everything and contain my jubilance. Is that the right word?
Yeah, that's the word.
Yeah. Updating that vernacular.
Teach the kids about jubilance.
Hey, man. So, we're definitely gonna have that. We're gonna be talking about it. We're gonna be discussing amongst each other, and then we're gonna be getting together, updating, like putting these videos up and showing you guys and being like, hey, this is what's cool. This is what you should pay attention to. This is what's interesting, and a little bit of. As with every E3, there's going to be sad moments. There's going to be moments where you're like, I wish this game got shown. So we're going to talk about disappointments. Not, it may be with the show, whether it's about rape jokes, Killer Instinct, or if it's about terrible scripted events with Reggie, or Adam Sessler and Morgan Webb. We're going to talk about all those things, events and things like that. So,
real quick, anything you're specifically looking forward to?
They essentially revealed Dark Souls 3. So I'm a big Dark Souls fan. I'm a big Souls fan. I'm a big Miyazaki fan.
You almost said Miyamoto.
Yeah, I almost said that. I mean, I can respect the man. I am a fan to an extent. But Miyazaki is I believe he's attached to this one 100%. I don't think he was to Dark Souls 2 as much. So definitely excited. If the leaked screenshots are anything to be excited for, it looks like they're going back to Dark Souls, the first one, as far as the setup and the way everything looks. But just, it looks like, based off the pictures, the atmosphere of it. It was very simplistic. It's, yeah, sure, it's medieval and all that stuff, but it's very simplistic. That Street Fighter V is going to be there. I think they're actually having a tournament there,
really?
So that's going to be cool. Yeah, that was part of the giveaway thing. And they're going to have that, and there was one other. Hopefully, there's one game that never ever gets talked about that I always want to have a sequel. And that's Onimusha, because Onimusha is a great series.
That was 1 through 3, right?
No, it was 4.
4.
There was 4 of them. So it was Onimusha 1, 2, 3. And then there was Dawn of Dreams or Dawn of Souls. And then there was also Blade Warriors, which was like Super Smash Brothers with the Onimusha characters. Really fun game. And then there was an Onimusha Tactics game too. So maybe we should check that out. Okay, he's leaving. So, anyway,
I think one thing that I'm mostly excited for would just be RPGs.
Just anything RPG.
The Dragon Quest VIII was announced for the 3DS.
Okay.
I'm hoping they announced they're porting it to America.
Oh, come on, they're gonna port it.
They didn't do it with Dragon Quest VII.
Well, Dragon Quest VIII was the first. Yeah.
Dragon Quest VIII was a huge deal for us. Yeah, so I'm hoping that they're just like, okay, naturally we'll do it. They didn't do it with 7, which is super disappointing. I'm hoping they change their mind on that, but I'm not expecting them to.
Maybe another. If they did another Tactics, I'd be right up there with you. If they did an original Tactics too, yeah, I'd be excited.
So that's kind of what I'm excited for. And maybe some more Zelda news, but I'm not
expecting something outside of your genre that you'd be excited for.
So Zelda, I'm excited for that. Hopefully they'll announce something. I'm not necessarily expecting it.
They'll probably show some stuff off. They'll show off the new Zelda a little bit.
And I'd like to see a playable No Man's Sky.
Yes. You can talk a lot of shit, but until we actually see something.
I want to see somebody flying through the galaxy.
Yeah, I've seen them leave a world and stuff like that, but I'm worried because Sony has always had a bad habit. With Killzone is the best example of showing something at E3 and being like, this is what the game's going to play like. And then when you actually play it, this is not what the game was supposed to play like.
Right. I want them to take that controller and hand it to somebody in the audience.
Exactly.
And play it. And so it's not scripted. It's not...
Shit!
You were supposed to go to that planet.
Yeah, exactly.
But, so that's what I want to see.
That's what you want. Like something that confirms why you're going to get my money.
Right.
That's what I want. Another one that I wanted to mention was another Devil May Cry.
Oh, okay.
I'm always a fan of Devil May Cry. They always do good work when it comes to just making characters that are stylish. It's always a game that you can play if you want to feel like a badass. And with the special edition's actually coming out this month. I won't have it immediately. I'll get it next month, and we'll do up a review on that one.
Excellent.
And probably show it off a little bit.
Sounds good.
But yeah, that's our schedule for E3. Every day we're gonna try. Hopefully, we're gonna get together for sure. Hopefully that night we will have a video up that discusses it, so we can get everything off our chest and start talking about the expectations for the next day and stuff like that. So.
I'm mostly just gonna rag on the graphics. I'm Spencer.
And I'm Justin.
Make sure to tell us what you're interested in.
Yes, we'd love to hear your thoughts on what game you're most excited for, and what. Yeah, just most excited for.
Yeah. Let us know.
So until then, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
Check us out on This Is the Itch on Twitch.
We do new videos every week.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.